All right, so another week wrap up. The cheese yesterday, great hit. I think he's more of an American slice kind of guy. I have some mozzarella cheese here that he likes, but he's not super about. But this week I'm really getting more into a little bit more control. So I'm using a lot of leash pressure when he comes out of behavior or if he won't go into behavior. So I'm trying to use the little bit of motivation that he has to teach him an understanding of what leash pressure means. And that's just going to be to combat when he decides that he doesn't want to do things because he's not motivated. I think I'm just kind of coming at this crossroads where I'm going to start saying, it doesn't matter if you don't like what I have to offer, you have to do it. And if you decide that you want to take your reward, then you are more than welcome to do so, but he still has to listen for his safety. So he started doing a little bit of whining because I'm making him stay on this bed. How dare I? But that's okay, I'm going to work him through it. I'm not going to ask him to do anything that is not safe for him to do, so okay. Hey, good. Ugh, mozzarella, ugh. You're a pup. Did you eat it? I can't tell. Good. Okay. Very nice. So when we're leash walking, let me fix this little slip leg real quick. Ready? Let's go. I'm going to keep him with me with leash pressure every time he tries to move away. Good. And then I will feed him, but I'm not going to stop for him. I'm going to make him keep moving towards my hand. Good. And if he wants to take it, then that's fine. He can eat it along the way. You're not in the shot. Hold on, hopefully this thing keeps following us. Perfect. Let's go. And he's still chewing on it because it's, oh, mozzarella, not American. Let's go. Good boy. Sit. Good. Beautiful. That's a hot dog. That one's snug in there. And then, so I'm just applying a light, good. A light bit of leash pressure, good. When I'm luring him into different behaviors, just so that I can teach him, how to turn that pressure off. And that way, when we get into situations where he's like, I don't want to do this, when we apply that pressure, he knows what it means and how to respond to it. Okay, so like right there, I put him in a sit and then he got up out of it, so I told him no, countered with opposition leash pressure, back into a sit, and then said good, release the leash pressure once he went into that sit. Sit. Kody, come. Good. Very nice. And then work on his down a little bit, so leash pressure just a little bit, good. Enough to where he feels it, but doesn't necessarily need to respond to it. Good boy, down. Good. And if he gets up, that's a kibble, how dare I? Good. Then I'll just counter with that opposition pressure back into a down. Okay, very nice. And making sure that I say good right before I give him a treat. And I say okay right before I move to have him follow me out of behavior. I want to make sure that he is responding to my cues and not so much my movement, because I need my movement to eventually be very neutral. So if I ask him to sit, and then I do all of this, good. I want him to remain in that sit, not feel that he needs to respond to my movement. Oh boy. Okay. Very nice. Place. Good. It's your fancy toe. My hip popped out of place. I'm trying to sneak some kibbles in there, but he is too smart. So I have him on his place, and I want him to learn that he has to remain here regardless of what I'm doing. So if he goes to take a step off, I will say no, leash pressure. Using spatial pressure to move it back on. Right now he's taking interest in licking his bits. Good. Very nice. Get some cheese and some hot dogs. And I'll do things like leash, take a couple of steps away. If he follows me away, then I'll just put him back on there. So this thing is following me and not him, but he is, in fact, still on here. And if he moves around, that's fine. No. When he takes a step up, I'm just going to leash pressure back on. Good. No reinforcement. No. Good. But I will give him some reward because he thought about it and then got back on. I want to give. Oh, no. Nice. Good. I want to reward him for fixing his errors. Good. No. Good. No. Pressure back on. Good. So I'm just doing things like sitting down, no, place. Good. Or going and sitting in a chair. Good. But I'm doing it all at a pace that he's able to be successful, basically. Very nice. And then a little bit of Kody, come, come on. Very nice. Good job. Okay, here we go. There's a cool boy. So we're still mostly in the training room just because we have that lack of motivation. I've done things out in the front. That's kind of where we're graduating to. Once he has a much stronger response to this leash pressure stuff, we'll start going into like actual distracting situations where there's other dogs and other people and things like that. I just don't think he's quite ready for that, and I want to make sure that he's more successful than not before I put him in this situation. So this is where we are right now. It's at his pace, but he's doing really great. And American cheese, the little slices, those were a hit. He liked those little patty things too, but the cheese was like a much better response to that. All right.